guys, what's going on? It's Golden Bluetooth again, and I'm actually on my way back from West Virginia going back to South Carolina. Right now I'm on the Virginia border. We had to stop at a rest stop for, you know, a little pit break, stretch our legs, all that good stuff. We're going to get straight into the video, and that is the future of the Big 12. We know that Oklahoma and Texas are headed to the SEC, and for the most part I would say Oklahoma has the keys to the Big 12 right now. The only thing that I would come back on that with would be Kansas. I think Kansas probably has the keys in basketball, but we're talking about football in this one. So with Oklahoma and Texas, now Texas usually has the keys, but they've been really, really bad. I mean, they got beat by Kansas last year. Oklahoma has the keys, is my point. They're going off to the SEC. So who will have the keys to the Big 12 kingdom once Oklahoma and Texas leave? What about the current teams? Or what about any of the new members? Cincinnati, UCF, BYU, Houston. My money's going to go on BYU, and here's why. BYU's been recruiting at a high level. They've been playing in Power 5, basically a Power 5 schedule for the past, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, maybe longer. I'll have to do more research on that. And they lost Zach Wilson, an NFL-type quarterback, to the draft, and they still had a 10-win season. BYU has a tremendous home field advantage. I mean, they have a national religion behind them. So if I had to put a guess on it, I would say BYU. Definitely BYU will have the keys to the kingdom of the Big 12. I mean, you even look at basketball. BYU's actually done pretty good in basketball. In fact, I had BYU in the Big Dance this year. They did get snubbed, but I think they deserve to be in, especially over maybe Michigan, Richmond. And I know Michigan made it to the Sweet 16, but I don't think they earned their way in. And Richmond, I know they pulled the upset as well over Iowa, but I don't think they did enough to get in. So my money is on BYU, not just in football, but also in basketball. I think they could definitely take over there as well. Of course, you got to watch out for Kansas. They get all the calls, home court advantage, the whole 9 yards, and everything that comes with it. But I think BYU is going to be a tremendous threat in the Big 12. Well, Golden Blue Dude. What about Cincinnati, UCF, and Houston? Those are the three. Well, they are still graduating from Group of 5 status. At least with BYU, they've been playing basically a Power 5 schedule. So I think it's going to be an easier transition. They are a massive brand. Sorry, West Virginia fans, just because Oklahoma and Texas are leaving doesn't mean that we're going to take over the kingdom. West Virginia has struggled in the Big 12. We've been treated like outsiders. Don't lie, Big 12 members. You know it. We've been treated like outsiders, and possibly UCF and Cincinnati will also be treated like outsiders. I don't think Houston will, and I don't think BYU will either, because they know that those two schools are going to make the Big 12 some tremendous money. West Virginia makes some money for the Big 12 too. They were either 3rd or 4th in revenue for the Big 12, right up there with Kansas. And the only reason Kansas is up there with West Virginia, basketball. We all know it. However, I do think BYU has a little bit of a stronger brand just because of their religion connection and everything that they've been building up to this point. So, short answer, BYU, in my opinion, will have the keys to the Big 12 kingdom. Watch for it, guys. It's going to happen. I think they could actually be playoff contenders in the next 2 or 3 years once they get into the Big 12. Really, that's the only thing that's been holding BYU back, is being in a Power 5. I know Cincinnati did make the playoffs as a Group of 5, but I'm telling you, it's going to be a completely different scenario, a completely different situation with Cincinnati playing a Power 5 schedule. I'm not saying they're going to be terrible or struggle or anything like that. I just don't think they're going to be a consistent 10-win team year in and year out. And yes, I'm saying it right now, I do think BYU does have the capabilities of having at least a 10-win season year in and year out. The new Oklahoma of the Big 12, it could happen. That's what I'm thinking. Y'all let me know in the comments section what you think. Who do you think will have the keys to the Big 12 kingdom once Oklahoma and Texas have flown the coop? That's all I got for you for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.